East Coast munchies.
Hey there, you ready to make some apple cinnamon muffins? First, grab a large bowl and fill it with 1.5 cups of flour. And to that, you'll add 2 teaspoons of baking powder, 2 teaspoons of cinnamon, and a half teaspoon of salt. And give those dries a good mix. Then we'll move on to some wets. Start by adding 2 large eggs, and 1 teaspoon of preferably homemade vanilla extract. And a melted but cooled down 1/2 cup of unsalted butter. And last but not least, 2/3 cup of applesauce. And then mix together until uniform. Now back to your dries. Just to turn around and add some wets. Then you gotta mix those dries and wets. Then at the end, before it's totally incorporated, you're going to want to take 1 cup of diced apples with 1/2 cup of sugar, a tablespoon of lemon juice, and a teaspoon of cinnamon, and let those marinate together for a while, preferably overnight, but use them fresh if you need to. And then fold those in until evenly incorporated. Now that the batter's ready, let's move on to a delicious streusel topping. You'll start with 1/2 cup of flour, a very full 1/2 cup of light brown sugar, along with 2 tablespoons of regular white sugar and 1 teaspoon of cinnamon. Then mix all those together until there's no brown sugar chunks left. At this point, you'll want to heat up and then let cool down a 1/4 cup of unsalted butter. Now mix it all up until it gets nice and chunky. Once it starts getting all saturated and chunky, you're going to want to throw it in the fridge or freezer for 5 to 10 minutes, just enough to let it harden up and get nice and crumbly. Next, you'll want to get a 12-slot muffin tray and prepare it with liners. You can just scoop this thick batter into the liners with a fork. It's not exactly scientific. Just try to load them about 3/4 full. Because the batter's so thick and sticky, it can be a bit of a pain. So if you're lucky enough to have a 3 tablespoon scoop laying around, I highly suggest you use that instead. It's much faster and efficient. But if you just have regular utensils around, use one of those. Give them a good little tap on the bottom, help them settle in a little bit. And then you can start applying your topping. I like to use a generous amount and give a light push down to even things out and get it stuck on top nice and good. Once they're all about topped, you'll want to preheat the oven to 375 and throw them in for 18 minutes or until you can stick a toothpick in them and it comes out clean. Now for the real cherry on this muffin sundae, whip up a small batch of caramel and give them all a good drizzle. It's well worth the extra time. If you don't know how to make some, I'll leave a card up top on how I do it. These can be a quick treat, or you can quickly turn it into a dessert with a scoop of vanilla ice cream and some extra caramel on top. Thanks for watching, I hope you enjoy. Like if you like appley things, let me know in the comments how many you ate when they came out of the oven. And subscribe for more recipes.